Welcome to the Golf Summer Series race number 11. Tonight we're here at the Iowa Speedway for the Iowa Corn 300. 35 drivers all lined up and ready to go here to race in the cornfields of New Iowa. But before we get started, let's take a look at our starting lineup. On the pole we have Dominic Payment and Extreme Nargan Scott. Row 2, Richard Herman and Sabretooth. Row 3, last week's winner Lucas Armario and Carter Boyd. Row 4, Dan DJ and Ryan Wilson. Row 5, Jake from Safe Farm and Hoodlum. Row 6, Braden Carruthers and Nick Sant. Row 7, Ryan Benjamin and Alexander Jones. Row 8, Random J and points leader Kellen Baker. Row 9, Dan Mattiello and Devin Payment. Row 10, Slayer and Its Movement. Row 11, Jordan Scout and Nathan Baird. Row 12, Adam Bowden and HS. Row 13, Aiden Thomas and Sean Ard. Row 14, Bradley Ream and Johnny Hernandez. Row 15, Cody Boggs and Jason Albert. Row 16, Jimmy and Lipsy. Row 17, Keyshawn Richardson and Owen Miles. And starting last here tonight is Mountain Dew Fans for Life in the 03. And now it's time for the starting command.
Drivers, start your engines.
Let's take a look at the track info here for tonight. So we're going to go 63 laps on this 4/5 of a mile long short track with 12 to 14 degrees of banking. And the weather here tonight here at Iowa, 68 degrees Fahrenheit with 5 mile per hour wind towards the north. A great crowd on hand here for tonight's race as the pace car comes down pit road. As we're underway here tonight here at Iowa. A great start of the Iowa native Dominic Payment going into turn number 1, and out of 2 here comes Richard Herman in the 95. Side by side going into turn number 3, but here comes Lucas Armario in the 1 also. Richard Herman for the lead coming off of turn 3 and into 4. We're 3 wide. Dominic Payment in the wall. Carter Boyd goes for a spin. He collects Hoodlum, Nick Sant. Movement right there in the last minute. Mountain Dew Fan for Life and Jason Albert also got a piece of that. Meanwhile, we race back to the line here as Lucas Armario and Richard Herman coming off of turn 2, almost 3 wide. And coming off turn 4, your Firecracker 400 winner is going to lead the second lap here at Iowa. Let's take a look at the replay to see what triggered the first caution here tonight. So coming off of turn 4, Carter Boyd and Ryan Wilson were side by side. Looks like he just ran out of room, hit the wall, just went for a spin. Hold him there for a piece of it, movement right there. Pretty heavy damage there in the 20 car. Jason Albert and Mountain Dew Fan for Life got pretty minor damage. On board of Brandon here in the 53. Missed there for Random J. On board of Hoodlum here in 3. Looks like he thought there was an opening on the outside, but it wasn't. Oh, violent hit there. Movement there in the 20. Anyways, already under caution here at Iowa because of this. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series here from Iowa. About to go back green after an early wreck that happened in lap number 1. Got the lap car of Devin Payment there on the inside. The leaders are currently 2 McDonald's cars, Lucas Armario and Richard Herman. And Jake from State Farm rounds off the top 3. As we're back on the green here at Iowa. Most of the leaders able to get passed by the lap car of Devin Payment like last weekend at Daytona. Richard Herman trying to make a move on Lucas Amario is almost 3 wide going into turn number 3. And now out of 4, we're 3 wide as Lucas Amario hits the wall. Richard Herman and Jake from State Farm now side by side for the lead. Jake from State Farm currently with the advantage as he clears the 95 and 76. And off of 4, Richard Herman in the wall. Here comes Ryan Wilson, the 76. Dan DJ in the 28 also follows Dominic Payment also. Meanwhile, Ryan Wilson takes the lead away from Jake from State Farm. Both have yet to win this season in the Golf Summer Series. Off of 4, we're side by side again. Battle here for third between Dominic Payment and Dan DJ there. Dominic Payment trying to get his first career Golf Summer Series victory, and Dan DJ trying to get his second. Lucas Amar and Richard Herman still in the top 10. Jordan Scout and Dan Mattiello up there as well. There's Jimmy there in the 48, battling Keyshawn Richardson. As Brito Carruthers hits the wall. Oh, Aiden Thomas goes for a spin. Johnny Hernandez got a little piece of that too. Adam Bowden, the 83. Cautions out again here at Iowa. Oh, another big wreck. Mattiello and Keyshawn Richardson off of turn 2. What the heck happened there? Keyshawn Richardson's car is absolutely destroyed as Ryan Wilson will lead the field back to green. Oh my. And we got pit stops here. Ryan Wilson staying out. Jordan Scout also staying out as pretty much everyone else behind him pits. We'll have to wait and see, however, if the strategy was to white run the call. See both the Tim Allen cars there, Dan DJ and Jake from State Farm. Making their pit stops. Dominic Payment also making his pit stops. Richard Herman. And that's what race off of pit rail. Lucas Mario comes off first. Jimmy second. Richard Herman third. Jake from State Farm in fourth. Dominic Payment in fifth. Well, let's take a look at what happened to bring out our second caution of the night. So coming off of turn 4, we're 3 wide between the 69, 53, and 72. 53 hooked to 69. Just no room for anyone there. Johnny Hernandez will with damage there. Adam Bowden, 83, also with damage. On board of Brandon here again. And it looks like the 53 did come up on the 69 a little bit, just couldn't get off of him. And there was no room for anyone there with the 72 on the inside. And now let's take a look at what happened between the 17 and 24. This was after the caution came out. It looks like the 95 where Richard Herman got into the 17. The 24 Keyshawn Richardson, nowhere to go for him almost. Car is absolutely killed there. Heavy front end damage there in the 24. Go on border from here. Not really anything you can do there. We're under caution once again here from Iowa. Be right back for you guys after this. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series here from Iowa. We're about to go back green after 2 incidents. One on the back stretch and one on the front stretch. Current leaders are Ryan Wilson in the 76, Jordan Scout in the 54, and Lucas Amario in the 1 car. And also remember that 76 and 54 on older tires, while everyone else behind them on fresher tires. So here we go, green flag back in the air. Field able to get passed by the lap cars, Devin Payment and Sabretooth there in the 66. Jordan Scout going into turn number 3, trying to make a move on the 76 of Ryan Wilson as he's forcing him up the track. He hits the wall. Ryan Wilson, we're going to lose several positions there as Jordan Scout goes to the lead. Here comes the fresher tires of Lucas Amario, Jimmy and Richard Herman following behind. Side by side for second between Jimmy and Lucas Amario. We're 3 wide now for second. Lucas Amario hits the wall. He's going to lose many spots on the track. Looks like he will tuck in behind Cody Boggs in 7th. Richard Herman trying to go for the lead as he's still side by side with Jimmy for second. Oh, Aiden Thomas goes for a spin again. Caution's out. As Jordan Scout will lead the field back to the stripe. Guys, here we go. We got pit stops again. Jordan Scout coming in. Richard Herman coming in. I think pretty much most of the leaders coming down pit road. Brad Ream staying out. Mountain Dew Fan for Life and the 03 staying out. 61, 21, 82, and 9. All staying out here as everyone else is down pit road once again. Great camera shot here from Iowa. Beautiful, beautiful sunset there in the background. In the race off of pit road, Richard Herman come off first, Jimmy in second, Lucas Amario in third, Dan DJ in fourth. Well, let's take a look what happened this time to Aiden Thomas for our 3rd caution of the night. So we're 3 wide going off of turn 2 and into the backstretch. It looks like once again, 6 and 9 came up on the 14. Hit the 5 a little bit there, just no room for anyone there. On board the 14 here of Owen Miles. Anyways, under caution once again here from Iowa. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series here from Iowa. We're about to by green after yet another caution involving Aiden Thomas in the 69. Currently your top 3 is Brad Ream, Jake from State Farm, and Mountain Dew Fan for Life. And current only car out of the race is Keyshawn Richardson in the 24, who was involved in our 2nd caution of the night. Lap car is winding up here as we're back in the green here at Iowa. A great restart there for the 22 of Brad Ream going into turn number 2. Jake from State Farm now looking to the inside going into turn number 3. We're side by side off of 4 as Brad Ream hits the wall. Jake from State Farm to the lead. We've seen that happen many times with our leaders battling side by side. Hitting the wall going into the front stretch. Kind of weird to see that. On board from Mountain Dew Fan for Life. As he comes down pit road. As I mentioned, Mountain Dew Fan for Life did stay out during our last caution. Not really sure why he's coming down now, but it's whatever. Oh, Brad Ream hits the wall. He comes down to 37. They both spin in the front stretch. Caution is out. Oh, we got a huge pile up. Johnny Hernandez, Nick Sand, Sean Ard, Carter Boyd, Braden Carruthers, Ryan Wilson, many, many cars torn up here. As Jake from State Farm will lead the field back to the stripe. Can't believe how big that wreck was. Took out many good drivers. Oh, Lipsy now goes for a spin going into pit road. Looks like he made contact with Owen Miles. Appears to be no damage on that 9 car. As we see the 82 of Jake from State Farm now coming down pit road. Kellen Baker and HS also behind him as well. Several cars there staying out. Dan DJ into 28. Richard Herman, Random J, Jimmy, Dominic Payment. In the race off the pit road here, it's Jake from State Farm, I think, by inches against Kellen Baker there. But now, let's take a look at what caused this massive wreck here in the front stretch of Iowa. So this was coming off of turn 4 here. The 22 and 21 were side by side for positions here. Oh, looks like the 22 came up on the 61, then came down on the 37. Sent them both spinning and everyone else just piling in. Jordan Scout got some airtime there. Nixon on top of Slayer. Ryan Wilson also involved as we're on board here with Nathan Baird. On board with Nixon here. Oh boy, this is going to be a loud one. On board of Random here again. Whoa, boy. Random getting good luck here so far. Missing several big wrecks here so far at Iowa. Anyways, under caution once again here at Iowa because of this. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series here at Iowa. We're about to go back green after a massive wreck that happened along the front stretch. Involved many good drivers here tonight. Currently your top 3 is Dan DJ, Richard Herman, and Random J. Jimmy in 4th and Dominic Payment in 5th as we're back on the green here at Iowa. A great restart for Dan DJ as everyone else behind him stacks up. 3 wide behind the leader. Oh, another big wreck. Ryan Wilson, Random J. Ryan Benjamin spin out in the backstretch as we're under caution again. Aiden Thomas also on the wall there at the 14 of Owen Miles. Jesus, can we have some green flag laps for once? Anyways, Dan DJ led the field back to the stripe. See if there's any pit stops this time by. Looks like not really any leaders coming down pit road. Well, let's take a look at the replay to see what happened this time. So coming into turn 2, almost 4 wide with some of the leaders here. Oh, looks like Random J came up on the 95, came down on the 76. It's all chaos all unfolding from there. Random missed several wrecks early in the race, involved in this one. Missed contact with the wall, not too much damage there on the 53. But now cyclical happens to the 69 and 14. 14 looks like he just turned them into the wall. He's been involved in almost every caution here tonight so far. Anyways, Dan DJ, serial leader here from Iowa. We'll be right back with you guys after this. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series here at Iowa. We're about to go back green after yet another caution. Currently your leader is Dan DJ into 28, HS in 2nd into 61. His teammate Dominic Payment behind him in 3rd. Jimmy in 4th into 48. And Johnny Hernandez runs off the top 5. Pace car down pit road. As we're back at the green here at Iowa. And DJ HS able to pull away from the rest of the pack. As we're stopping. Oh, Dominic Payment goes around. He hits the wall. He saves it. Oh, now Slayer, Adam Bowden, and Cody Boggs go for a spin. Heavy damage to the 2 of Slayer as HS led the field back to the stripe. Dan DJ's in 2nd and his teammate Jake from State Farm in 3rd. Let's take a look what happened in the backstretch to bring in our 6th caution of the night. The most caution so far this season in the Golf Summer Series. Starting off with the 55 of Dominic Payment, he was 3 wide with Jimmy and movement in the 20. Oh, looks like it came down to 48. Hit the wall, did a good job of not getting too much damage to that car. And hit the 86 and Argus got there as he came back onto the track. But now, let's take a look what happened with Slayer in the 2 car going out of turn number 2. 3 wide, he comes up in 17, comes down to 83. 7 of Cody Boggs was so long there for the ride. Slayer now. Oh, we seen hit the inside wall there. Anyways, under caution here once again from Iowa. HS, currently a leader. We'll be right back with you guys after this. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series here from Iowa. We're about to go back green after our 6th caution of the night. HS, Dan DJ, and Jake from State Farm are the top 3. Pace car down pit road once again. As we're back with the green here at Iowa. Lap 40 of 63. Into turns 1 and 2, HS with a great restart, trying to hold off both the Tim Allen cars of Dan DJ and Jake from State Farm. As though Jimmy and Movement go around in the backstretch, they save it! No caution for once, HS in the wall as we're on board with Kellen Baker. Kellen Baker trying to clear the 61 of HS side by side for 3rd as Dan DJ continues to extend his lead. Kellen Baker able to get around HS for 3rd as Jake from State Farm is still in 2nd. Jake from State Farm currently sandwiched in between 2 Golf Summer Series winners, both coming at short tracks. Lucas Amaro and HS there. Oh, Sean Art goes around. And into the wall, caution number 7 of the night. And your race back to the stripe is going to be Dan DJ, who lead the field back to green. So far, Ford doing amazing here at Iowa, with the top 3 all being Fords. But let's take a look at the replay to see what happened here. So once again, almost 3 wide coming off of turn 2. Oh, Jordan Scout just runs Sean Art out of room. Spins him out. Heavy rear end damage there in the 19 of Sean Art, who was already involved in other Lex here tonight. But anyways, we're under caution once again here from Iowa. We'll be right back with you guys after this. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series here from Iowa. We're about to go back green after our 7th caution of the night. It will be lap number 48 of 6-3 when we go to the line. Pace car down pit road. And so far, the Tim Allen cars of Dan DJ, Jake from State Farm, 1st and 2nd, while Kellen Baker is 3rd, as the green flag's back in the air here at Iowa. Coming out of turn 2, the teammates of Dan DJ and Jake from State Farm side by side for the lead. Dan DJ going to go way up high. He's going to hit the wall. Jake from State Farm with the lead here at Iowa, lap number 49 of 63. Here comes the 21 of Kellen Baker, trying to get his 2nd career Golf Summer Series victory as on board from here. Jake from State Farm still with the advantage. HS up to 3rd. Lucas Lucas Amaru tries to pass Dan DJ for fourth here. And 3 wide going into turn number 3 here. With Lipsy, who's a lap car, Johnny Hernandez and Ryan Benjamin. Race for the lead is still on here, lap number 52 of 63 now. Kellen Baker trying to get around. Narkin Scott and Hoodlum go for a spin in the backstretch. Caution is out again, as Jake from State Farm led the field to the stripe that time by. Well, let's take a look at what happened this time here in the backstretch. And once again, 3 wide. What are you guys doing going 3 wide, going out of turn number 2 and into the backstretch? Oh, to the 86 came down on the 80. It comes up on the 3 and just turns him. Usually, it's like the same wreck every time. Anyways, 10 laps to go here at Iowa. We'll wrap up you guys after this. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series here from Iowa. We're about to go back green after yet another caution in the backstretch. This could potentially be our final restart here. Currently your leader Jake from State Farm trying to get his first ever Golf Summer Series victory. Kellen Baker, your points leader, behind him in second, trying to get his second career victory, while HS in third, also trying to get his first career win. So green flag's back in the air. Jake from State Farm to the middle now. That opens the door for the 21 Kellen Baker going on to turn number 2. And into turn number 3, he's looking to the inside. Side by side coming on turn number 3. Jake from State Farm layup highs. We got another wreck. It's movement in Narkin Scott in the backstretch. Oh my god, another wreck as Kellen Baker will lead the field back to green. Well, let's take a look at what happened this time to bring out our 8th or 9th caution of the day. I don't know how many goddamn cautions we have so far. But yeah, this is going into turn number 2, side by side between the 14 and 20. Oh, looks like the 14 just ran the 20 up to the wall. And oh, Narkin Scott into 86 hitting the 20 movement there. Anyways, we're under caution once again. We're going to have one final restart after this. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series here from Iowa. And if you just tuned in, you couldn't have picked a more perfect time, as we're going to have a 2-lap dash for the finish. Career leader here, Kellen Baker into 21, trying to get his second win of the season. He's also the points leader going into this race. Meanwhile, behind him, Jake from State Farm and HS into 61, trying to get their first ever Golf Summer Series victory. Anyways, 2 laps to go here at Iowa. Jake from State Farm is going to move Kellen Baker up the track. They're side by side coming out of turn number 2. And going into turn number 3, they're still side by side. Jake from State Farm with the advantage. As Hoodlum and Cody Boggs go for a spin in the backstretch. Caution is out, the race is over, and Jake from State Farm will get his first career Golf Summer Series victory. Why does the caution have to come out and ruin a potentially good finish? A rather chaotic race comes to a chaotic end, but Jake from State Farm and Tim Allen Racing will take the checkered flag here at Iowa. Congratulations to those guys. They are your winners here for the Iowa Core 300. But before we take a look at our results, let's take a look at the instant replay for our race-ending caution. So coming out of turn number 2 once again, Hoodlum and Cody Boggs were side by side. Hoodlum just sends Cody Boggs into the wall and both of them spinning. Neither cars hit the wall, but both cars already have damage from other wrecks we've had here tonight. But now, let's take a look at the results here from tonight's chaotic race. So here we go. Jake from State Farm finishes first. HS finishes second. Lucas Mario in third. Kellen Baker in fourth. Dan DJ getting his third straight top 10 finish in fifth. Mountain Dew Fan for Life in sixth after starting last. Not too bad for him. Finishing 7th is Ryan Benjamin, Bradley Reed in 8th, Random J in 9th, and rounding off the top 10 is Dan Mattiel in the 17. So now for the point standings. Kellen Baker, still your points leader with 368 points. Jason Albert behind by 23 in 2nd. Aiden Thomas in 3rd behind by 26. Dan DJ in 4th behind by 33. Slayer in 5th behind by 37. And your race winner, Jake from State Farm, up to 6th. He moved up 7 positions because of that win. However, he's 46 points behind Kellen Baker, which is a full race worth of points. Dan Mattiel also 46 points behind Kellen Baker in 7th. Bradley Reed in 8th, Gianni Hernandez in 9th, and rounding off the top 10 is Ryan Benjamin, 51 points behind Kellen Baker. So next up, race number 12, our halfway point of the season, we head to Texas World Speedway for the Buc-ee's 350. That'll be on this channel July 18th at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But as always, thank you all for watching this race. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next week.